When a single mom pulled over to save a stranger bleeding on the roadside, she thought she was doing just another good deed. But the moment he opened his eyes, he revealed a truth that would shake her entire life, and the lives of everyone watching. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Emma Holloway had always believed that life had a strange way of testing people at the worst moments. For years, she had carried the weight of raising her teenage son, Noah, alone, balancing 2 jobs, late rent notices, and the guilt of feeling like she was never enough. Yet somehow, she remained gentle, hopeful, and impossibly kind. It was a quiet Thursday evening when her life changed forever. Emma was driving home after a long shift at the diner, her hands aching and her eyelids heavy. She hummed softly to the radio, trying to keep herself awake. The highway was almost empty, except for the soft glow of streetlights stretching into the distance. She was thinking about Noah, how proud she was of him for getting good grades despite all they struggled with. Just as she reached the old maple bridge, something flashed in the corner of her eye. Something, or someone, moved on the side of the road. Emma hit the brake so hard her chest slammed against the seatbelt. A man lay collapsed on the gravel, clutching his side. Emma's heart pounded. Most people would have kept driving. It was dark. It was dangerous. But Emma wasn't like most people. She grabbed her phone, jumped out of the car, and ran toward him. "Sir? Can you hear me?" she asked, kneeling beside him. The man groaned. He had dark hair, sharp features, and a face that looked both exhausted and broken. Blood stained his shirt, but his eyes were alert, sharp, almost watchful. I just need help," he whispered. Emma took off her jacket and pressed it against his wound. Her hands shook. She didn't know who he was or what happened, but she couldn't let him die. "What's your name?" she asked. The man hesitated. "Lucas. Lucas Grant." "Okay, Lucas, stay with me. An ambulance is coming." But the moment she reached for her phone, Lucas grabbed her wrist. His grip, though weak, carried urgency. "No hospitals," he gasped. "Please, just take me somewhere safe." Emma froze. This was the moment viewers would think she should have run. A bleeding stranger asking to avoid hospitals. Nothing about it made sense. But something in his eyes, fear, desperation, a kind of silent plea, made her heart soften. "Okay," she whispered. "You can come to my place. But you have to tell me what happened." Lucas nodded faintly. "Thank you. You have no idea what you just prevented." She didn't understand what he meant, not yet. But she helped him into her car and drove home, unaware she had just stepped into the center of a truth that had been hidden for years. When they arrived, Noah rushed to the door. "Mom." "What happened?" he asked, eyes widening at the sight of the injured stranger. "He's hurt," Emma said. "Get the first aid kit." Lucas tried to sit up straight, but the pain bent him forward. "Why didn't you go to the hospital?" Noah asked bluntly. Lucas looked between them, then lowered his head. "Because someone is trying to silence me." Emma and Noah exchanged glances. "What do you mean?" Emma asked. Lucas winced as she cleaned his wound. "I work for Hartwell Industries, one of the biggest firms in the state. 2 weeks ago, I discovered something illegal. Something dangerous. When I tried to report it, they threatened me." He paused to catch his breath. "Tonight, someone tried to finish what their threat started." Emma's hands stopped moving. This wasn't a normal stranger. This was a man running for his life. "Why come this way?" Noah asked. Lucas swallowed. "Because I was trying to reach the one person who could expose them. But they found me first." Emma finished dressing the wound and stepped back. She didn't know whether to be scared or angry. She had just brought a hunted man into her home. "So," she whispered, "saving you just put us in danger too." Lucas looked down shamefully. "I'm sorry. I didn't want to drag anyone else into this. But when you stopped the car, when you helped me, I didn't have anywhere else to go." Emma stared at him. This man was a stranger, but something about his pain, his honesty, hit her deeper than she expected. "What exactly did you uncover?" she asked. Lucas's jaw tightened. "They've been dumping toxic waste near residential areas. Kids have gotten sick. Families ruined. And the company covered it up. Noah stepped closer. If this is true, why not go to the media? I have, Lucas said. But none of them will publish it without evidence. And the only proof I had, they stole it tonight. Emma felt anger swirl inside her. Not because Lucas had come to her door, but because so many innocent families were being hurt. So you risked your life to tell the truth, she asked gently. Lucas nodded. It was the right thing to do. Emma smiled sadly. That's funny. I tell my son the same thing. For the first time, Lucas's lips curved faintly. A weary, grateful smile. Hours passed. Emma made him tea, Noah stayed beside him, and Lucas slowly regained strength. But just when they thought the worst was over, a loud crash hit the front door. Noah froze. Emma's blood turned cold. Lucas immediately pushed himself up. They found me, he whispered. Emma grabbed Noah and moved him back. Lucas limped forward, positioning himself between the family and the door. Stay behind me, he said firmly. But the door didn't burst open, instead, someone slid an envelope under it. Then footsteps faded away. Emma picked it up with trembling hands. Her name was written on it. She opened it slowly and gasped. Inside were printed photographs of Noah walking to school. Emma at work, their home from different angles. A message was scribbled in bold black ink. Hand him over. Or lose everything. Emma's heartbeat thundered in her ears. Her worst nightmare, her son in danger, was happening because she helped a stranger. Lucas swallowed hard. Emma. I'm so sorry. But she didn't back away. She stepped in front of Noah and looked straight at Lucas. You listen to me, she said, voice shaking. I'd do anything to keep my son safe. But I won't betray someone who is trying to do the right thing. We face this together. Lucas stared at her, stunned by her courage. No one has ever stood up for me like that, he whispered. The next morning, the truth finally broke free. Emma drove Lucas, not to the police station, but to the local community center where a public safety meeting was taking place. She knew the police were compromised. But the people. They were powerful. Hundreds sat in chairs. Cameras rolled. Reporters watched. Emma helped Lucas to the stage. My name is Lucas Grant, he said, voice trembling but determined. And here's the truth your leaders have hidden from you. Gasps filled the room as he explained everything. Emma handed over the photographs, the documents he managed to save, and even a small vial of contaminated soil he had hidden in his jacket. Within minutes, the room exploded with outrage. Reporters rushed forward. Families cried. Officials demanded immediate investigation. The company that tried to kill Lucas collapsed under legal pressure. Executives were arrested. And the area was cleaned within months. A few days later, Lucas stood at Emma's doorstep again, this time healthier, stronger, no longer running. I came to thank you, he said softly. You saved my life, and you saved thousands more by giving me a chance to speak. Emma smiled. You did the brave part, Lucas. No, he replied. The brave part was choosing to help a stranger when the world teaches us to look away. Noah stood beside his mom. Your family now, he said shyly. Lucas's eyes softened. If you'll have me. I'd like that. Emma nodded. We all could use someone who chooses truth. And for the first time in a long time, she felt hope rise in her chest, a new beginning, born from one impossible, dangerous, life-changing choice. Sometimes the people we save end up saving us too. And sometimes a single moment of courage becomes the spark that lights up an entire world.